Like, what would you tell somebody starting out? Like, if I was going to start a business, what would you tell me if I was just starting?
Just be prepared. It's going to be a lot of hours. It's going to be time consuming. You're doing right by people. Just be patient. It's going to happen. So you have proof to go to the insurance and be like, hey, my roof was fine 2 months ago.
I mean, you feel like you're drowning.
We started realizing how little people knew about Down syndrome. It gives us a chance to advocate for our child. It gives us an opportunity to educate people as well as, make money for our family. But it also gives us an opportunity to give back to our local Down syndrome groups.
People buy from people they know, like, and trust, and they will buy a lesser product because they like the salesman versus the better product in a not so good customer service experience. It's so true all the time.
This is the Clark Connection Podcast, where 12 years of coaching championships meets real-world leadership. Coach Clark broke through at the highest levels. Now he's bringing you the playbook. Every week, real leaders, real wins. Real strategies you can use Monday morning. If you're done with theory and ready for results, this is your show. You in? Let's go!
What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the Clark Connection Podcast, where our mission is simple. We help you grow your leadership, sharpen your mindset, and take action in your life and business. I'm your host, Aaron Clark, aka The Coach, leadership speaker, trainer, and coach. And this podcast is all about giving you practical tools that you can use, not just ideas that sound good. And today, our fast leadership truth, that is, purpose will always outperform profit when things get hard. That if your why isn't strong, your consistency won't be either. Now, before we jump in, I want to take a moment to shout out our sponsors who make this show possible. The Clark Connection Podcast is powered by Coach Clark Leadership and Development. At Coach Clark Leadership and Development, we help businesses, churches, schools, and organizations develop strong leaders through leadership training, executive coaching, team building, and keynote speaking. Our mission is simple: help leaders grow so their people, teams, and organizations can too. To learn more about our services, visit CoachAClark.com. This episode of the Clark Connection Podcast is proudly brought to you by Hubbard Flooring Studio. Leadership, growth, and success all start with a strong foundation. And that's exactly what you'll find at Hubbard Flooring Studio. Vicki and her team help homeowners and businesses create spaces that combine quality, craftsmanship, and style. Whether you're updating a single room, remodeling your entire home, or finishing a new construction project, Hubbard Flooring Studio offers flooring solutions and custom blinds designed to bring both beauty and functionality to your space. If you're ready to work with a team that takes pride in getting the details right, visit hubbardflooringstudio.com or call 225-924-1582. Shout out to Steadfast Electric for supporting the show. With hurricane season here, now is the time to think about protecting your home and family. BJ and his team specialize in whole home generators that keep your lights on, your food cold, and your household running when the power goes out. Learn more at steadfastelectric.com or call 225-364-9218. I want to give a shout out to Dr. Bob Smith, chiropractic internist, for sponsoring today's episode. Dr. Bob focuses on identifying the root cause of pain and dysfunction, not just covering up symptoms. If your body isn't performing the way it should, this is the kind of care that looks deeper. Learn more at brspine.com or call 225-291-2626. Dr. Bob Smith, finding the root cause, not just chasing symptoms. A big thanks to Automate Integrate Professional Services for backing the show. Andrew helps businesses simplify, automate, and integrate their systems so leaders stop wasting time on manual work and start focusing on growth. Visit automate-integrate.com or email Andrew at automate-integrate.com. Automate Integrate, systems that work so you don't have to overwork. Thanks once again. That without your support, this show would not be possible. And if you're getting value from this podcast, make sure you are connected with me on social media. You'll find me at Coach_A_Clark. And again, make sure that you like, subscribe, follow the episode. That way you don't miss out on any of the content that we put out. Today's episode is a powerful one. I'm sitting down with Matt Couvillion, the founder of Tri21 Roofing, a company built on more than just business. It's built on purpose. He shares the story behind how personal experiences led to him to create a roofing company that actively supports the Down syndrome community. We dive into how your story can shape your brand, how to build strong referral networks through relationships and community involvement, and why preparation, especially during hurricane season, is critical for homeowners and business owners alike. If you're an entrepreneur, leader, or someone who wants to build something that actually matters, this conversation is going to challenge you and give you some real practical takeaways. Let's get into it. And Matt, welcome to the show.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you having me.
Yeah, I know being an entrepreneur that we're getting right into the midst of, hurricane season just starting. So I know as a roofing company, you've got a lot of stuff going on but I want to kind of talk about that a little bit. Like Tri21, what is Tri21?
So Tri21 is the common vernacular amongst Down syndrome parents. The medical diagnosis is for what most people see and think of when they think of a Down syndrome person is Trisomy 21. There's actually two other types. They're very rare. Translocation and mosaic. One doesn't have a very long or good lifespan. The other actually takes a long time for it to even be diagnosed. We actually had one kid join our Down syndrome awareness group within the past couple of years. He wasn't diagnosed until he was 8 or 9. So it's very rare for those to happen. But most people see Trisomy 21 as when they think of a Down syndrome child or person.
No, that's cool. And so all right, now, cause I got questions on the person that you said came in, they were 8 or 9 years old when how did that get missed? Cause I thought it was something that was pretty easily recognizable and early.
I don't know too much about those two other than their names and why they're rare. But I guess they don't have the typical features that you think of with Down syndrome, whether it be the flatter nose or the eyes or anything like that. I guess the parents just kept having questions. There was something going on they didn't know, and the child was finally diagnosed.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just kind of assumed it would always be something that was relatively easy to identify and see as they were younger children.
No, I mean, Trisomy 21 is pretty right away, but like I said, mosaic and translocation, those are very rare.
All right. And so Tri21, name of your roofing company that you mentioned that having to do with Down syndrome. Tell us about that. How did what motivated you to name it Tri21 then?
So March 5th, 2019, my wife and I had our second daughter, and our first daughter, we wanted to make it a surprise. We didn't find out genetics or anything like that. Well, our second daughter was so close in age to our first daughter, my wife wanted to know at least the gender, so that way she can make sure clothes fit or whatever. I don't know. So we knew she was a girl. And that's all the testing we did. Excuse me. That's all the testing we did. Well, when she came out, they rushed her over, and then the doctor came over and asked us if we had done any genetics testing, and so just to find out that she was a girl, and then they told us, we think she might have Down syndrome, and we were just like, what? No way, because none of the other measurements or anything warned our doctor that, hey, this could potentially be something. She measured pretty close to our first daughter, so there were never ever any red flags or anything. So they told us that, and then took her to the NICU. So we just kind of sat there shocked, didn't know what to do, didn't know how to react. She spent 5 days in the NICU, and I would float back and forth between the NICU and my wife, and all of a sudden, we were sitting there in the hospital, and we got a knock on the door, and it was this huge basket of Down syndrome information, some paraphernalia like shirts and hats and things like that, doctors to talk to, what to expect. Like, hey, they tend to have heart issues. Make sure you get her heart checked out here at the hospital, and then a personal doctor, heart doctor. And then it was like dads I could talk to, moms my wife could talk to. It helped us realize we weren't alone. And that's so when we started out, we didn't want to do Go, we didn't want to do Tiger, we didn't want to do Purple and Gold. We wanted to be different. And the name just kind of came to me. And my wife loved it. At first I was kind of taking advantage of our situation type deal. But then we started realizing how little people knew about Down syndrome. It gives us a chance to advocate for our child, children like her. It gives us an opportunity to educate people, as well as, make money for our family. It gives us the time we need, because she spends a lot of time in therapies. Luckily, my father-in-law has kind of taken that role. He takes her all our therapies. But it also gives us an opportunity to give back to our local Down syndrome groups, special needs groups. Half of the time, my wife doesn't even tell me most of the stuff she does. She recently told me that there was at the beginning of this school year, there was a teacher in the area that had a special needs classroom she was trying to outfit. And my wife went on her Amazon cart and bought everything. So it's a means to make money and a means to give back. It gives us a purpose. We are a purpose-driven business.
Yeah, that's really cool. I love the mission behind it and the name behind it. So, I mean, I'm in the BNI with your head salesman, Jacob. And so I'd never realized that the company was formed because that Tri21 is having to deal with Downs. I knew y'all were supportive and involved because of your daughter, but I did not know that it got started because, hey, that we've got a Downs child. Let's call the roofing company that. And now we're giving back. And I know you guys are huge pushers of helping. They promote and raise awareness and funds for the Downs community, which is phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean, even the company colors, the yellow and the blue, is Down syndrome awareness colors. The three triangles.
I was actually going to ask that.
So, funny story. When we first started out, my wife and I went on Canva and designed our first logo. And a buddy of mine works for LSU Athletics, in the marketing team, and we were doing his roof, and we were sitting down having lunch at his house while the roof was going on. He's like, "Look, I want to talk to you about your logo." And I was like, "Oh, okay, what you got?" He was like, "I understand what you're trying to do, but your logo sucks." I was like, "Okay."
That means he's a good friend.
Yeah. So he's like, let me redesign all your stuff. And I was like, okay. And I think his main thing was our logo didn't fit in a social media profile picture circle thing. And he was like,
Okay.
that has to be fixed. And I was like, okay. So I gave him all the information, and he calls me, a day or two later. He's like, "Man, why didn't you tell me about the triangles?" And I was like, I didn't even really think about it. So a lot of times people get the triangles tattooed on their arm or somewhere, and in a straight line, and it means the lucky few. So he turned that into a roof line. So everything ties back into something with Down syndrome.
That's cool. That's really cool. So if you're getting value from today's episode, take a second to like, follow, and subscribe to the Clark Connection podcast so you'll never miss a future conversation on leadership, growth, and success. Let's dive back into today's topic. Everything is all about promoting the Down syndrome awareness.
Mm-hmm.
Really cool. Really cool. Now, prior to doing what were you doing prior to this? You found out your daughter had Down syndrome and that just started a roofing company?
No. So I graduated from LSU in 2007 with the old 5-year track. And at that time, I was a manager for LSU women's basketball. Back when we were going all those Final Fours and like 4 or 5 in a row. I wanted to coach college basketball. So I got involved with that, did that for about 4 years. Then just,
Now, where all did you coach college at?
so I did a year at Loyola in New Orleans. I was a graduate assistant video coordinator at the University of Arizona in Tucson. Got my master's degree there. Then spent a year at Jacksonville State in Alabama. And just my brother was starting to have his kids and family and everything, and I was watching his kids grow up through a computer screen. And I was just like, you know what? This is fun. This is cool, but I want to go back home. So first thing I got into was education, because that's what my background was. I was a PE teacher at a primary school in Ascension Parish. Was a middle school teacher in Ascension Parish, where I was also assisting the high school basketball teams there. Then my principal at the middle school said, "Hey, you're a PE teacher here. You're a coach. You're not coaching anything." She's like, "If you want to go to the high school, I can get you there." But then I was like, "No, I like this middle school setting." Then when we found out about Macy, I wasn't sure medically what she was going to need. So I needed to find a way to make more money than our poor teachers. So I got involved with an industrial company. Did that for about 2 years. And then COVID hit, and everybody was, pretty much everything shut down.
Yeah.
So that was rough. And then there was only maybe 1 or 2 job sites open, and I saw a lot of people older than me, well, not older, but more, have been with the company longer. I could kind of see the writing on the wall. there ain't much open. We're going to keep the people that have been here longer. So a buddy of mine had been doing roofing, and that was right around Lake Charles storms. Went there, helped him out with that, but still doing the industrial construction stuff. And then once I saw the clear writing on the wall, I stepped away and joined my buddy's company. Did that for a couple years, and then realized there was things that I wanted to do differently. And I knew I could do differently. I never wanted to be a business owner, but there was too much that I wanted to change, and it wasn't my company. And my wife, her family was an air conditioning business, and she helped her dad run that business. So she was like, "Let's do it." And I was like, "Okay." So then we started trying to figure out what we were going to name it, and here we are today.
No, that's really cool. So they went through the gambit of like literally touched just about everything but professional basketball. But you were actually doing what was, when I was coaching, I told everybody my dream job was to be an elementary school PE teacher. And they always said, why? And I was like, because you're the coolest guy like ever. Like everybody loves you. Nobody hates you. You can do no wrong. I mean, you can play a game like, hey, we're all going to see like who can hop on one foot the longest, and they're going to love it.
Right.
Doesn't matter what it is. They love you.
Tell you what's not fun. When in November, December, January, you don't have a gym. You still got kids that got to go to, we got to do something. So you're bundled up, head to toe. And then 2 classes later, it's 85, 90 degrees outside. So you're sitting here in sweatpants and a sweatshirt, and you're just miserable. You're just like, God, the temperature just changes so fast down here.
It does. But they still love you.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas, I mean, being like coming from the high school arena, I mean, it's a good night. There were times that they just hated you.
They're all different animals. Elementary, middle, high school. Luckily, at the high school, I didn't have to do any teaching there. It was just coaching. So,
mm-hmm. Yeah. And one that I've used, I probably hadn't told this one in a while. Like, if I were to like say, what's the difference between high school and elementary as far as like teaching and what have you? So, I won't mention the school system that I was at, but that I was teaching special ed. And part of one of the things I did was I went from school to school to school. So we had just lost to our rival for like the first time in like 5 years. I show up to the high school and I have a teacher come up to me and goes like, "Hey, do you know what you're doing?" "What are you talking about?" "Well, I mean, yeah, I'm here. I'm supposed to go help and work with these kids. And that's what I'm doing. Why? What's up?" And she was like, "No, seriously, do you know what you're doing?" That because you guys should not have lost that game Friday night. I'm like, I mean, it was like completely ugly. I'm like, time out, lady, man. That's secondary to what I do. Like, I'm here to help these kids. Coaching is something I do. Like, it's not who I am, but something I do. And they just could not, I mean, they were not happy at the high school. Show up to the elementary school, and I mean, I'm greeted by the secretary, and she's like, "Are you okay, coach?" I'm like, "Yeah, why wouldn't I be okay?" And she's like, "I mean, that was a tough loss, and I just want to make sure that you and the boys are going to be all right." And I mean, like every single teacher was like asking like how I was feeling. And I'm like, I'm going to come work here, man.
Right. Yeah. Elementary is definitely full of love. That's for sure.
Yeah. But that's what you're dealing with, I mean, you got to deal with work with those young people in that way. They're 1st to 5th grade. Whereas a high schooler, you better be like, yeah, you better get your act together because I am not passing you. Right. You will fail on your own, baby.
Yeah.
Now, you said your wife, she helped her parents run an AC company.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what HVAC company was that?
It was Addison Bitter Heating and Air out in Denham Springs.
Okay. And so, like, how long was she doing that? How long was she with them?
Oh, I mean, ever since she can remember, she was doing something with the business. She moved away to Chicago for a couple years, came back for the 2016 flood, and just kind of taken over. So 2016, let's see, so it was on 2015. Wait, no, my math is wrong on this. 2016 was the flood. Nathan was born in Nate. So about 4 or 5 years, she helped run her dad's company, and then had to focus on our family.
Mm-hmm. And so, what was it then eventually? Because you said you had no aspirations to be a business owner.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what was it that made you say, all right, we're going to take this leap and do our own business?
Freedom was the first thing. We still had it with the other company, but like I was mentioning earlier, there were things that I saw and that I wanted to do different. Yeah, and it's just things I wanted to do differently, things I saw, things I wanted, things I knew I could do better if I had the opportunity. But really, the biggest part was
a quick thank you to our premium sponsor, Hubbard Flooring Studio. Whether you're upgrading your floors, refreshing a room, or adding custom blinds to complete the look, Vicky and her team are committed to quality workmanship and exceptional service. Learn more at hubbardflooringstudio.com or call 225-924-1582. Let's get back to building better leaders.
After Hurricane Ida, my buddy that I was working for handed me my 1099, and I realized how much money I made him. And I was like, that's money I took away from my family. So I still talk to him this day. We're still good friends. But yeah, I realized how much money I made for him that I could have made for my own family.
Yeah, and it's amazing once you see that when you're like, golly, I could have made this instead of that.
Yeah. It's like I can deal with some headaches for that.
Oh yeah, and you definitely deal with some headaches on your own business. It's a different world, for sure. But like, what, if you don't mind me asking, like when you said you wanted to do some things different and better, like what were those things that you saw? Like, hey, this could be better.
Just customer service. Communication, customer service. I mean, in this industry and most sales related industries, communication is key. We've invested in so many different ways to communicate with our people, our customers, keep them informed of everything. If you can answer a phone call, return a phone call, answer a text, return a text, I mean, you're pretty much better than 50% of the people you're competing against. You've already got a leg up if you can just communicate well.
Yeah, and that makes a huge difference. That's one I will tell anybody. People buy from people they know, like, and trust, and they will buy a lesser product because they liked the salesman versus the better product and a not so good customer service experience. It's like so true all the time.
Yeah, and see, for us, in the roofing industry, there's a large contingency of I'm not careful how I word this, storm chasers and door knockers. And that's another way that we're different. Myself, the other people that work for me, I don't allow them to door knock. I think it's a problem in this industry. So we are pretty much 95% referral-based company. We don't advertise much. And what advertising we do is just to raise brand awareness. When our people show up to somebody's doorstep, it's because they got a hold of us some kind of way. whether it's a submission through our website or prior client got a hold of us, told them to call us, look at Google reviews, whatever it is. When we show up at somebody's doorstep, there's no anxiety. When you show up, it's because they called us to be there.
Yeah. Now I know door knocking is probably the most prominent. That like how hard was that getting started without doing the door knocking, or did you do some of the door knocking?
So I had to door knock, and that's another reason, because I did it. I didn't, especially if there's somebody new that was coming into the business that hadn't been in roofing before. You don't understand what it's like when you show up at somebody's doorstep and door knock them. You need to be the nicest person in the world. You wake a sleeping baby when you door knock, that mom is not going to be happy no matter what you're offering. You can be offered $1 million. You wake a sleeping baby, it's not fun. So, you get language thrown your way. You get door slammed in your face. People peek through a window, a door shade, and just won't even open the door. And it's, when you're starting out, it's very discouraging. So I didn't want anybody that was coming into this business to feel discouraged. Like, can I do this? This kind of sucks. It's disheartening, So for me, I did the trials and tribulations. It is what it is. That was long ago. So my referral base was already large, Now the new people coming in, I had to get creative and think of ways to get referrals for them. That's where we got involved with the B&I groups.
I was just about to ask that. So how do you help somebody who's not familiar with it? Okay.
So we got into the different B&Is, and that's kind of how they're forming their referral base, making contact with as many realtors as we can, as many property managers as we can, as many insurance agents we can. I like to tell my guys, there's always an opportunity for an opportunity. We were a roofer, it's called the LRCA, it's Louisiana Roofing Contractors Association, and it's a group of roofers here in the area that are trying to change some of these laws to make roofing better in this area. And we had a meeting the other night at George's, and I was leaving out, and I see these two elderly couples, having dinner, and they have each one of them has a son with Down syndrome. So I go over and I introduce myself and talk with them, had a good conversation with them. And that following weekend or the next weekend was the buddy walk. Well, they came, found our tent and put their chairs with our tent and hung out with us. And last week I received an email from one of the gentlemen that said he was the president of an HOA and he wants us to bid on 12 townhomes to re-roof. So it's like, okay, well, there's always an opportunity to shake somebody's hand, introduce yourself, hand out a card. My wife likes to tell me everybody within 10 feet of you should get your card. I'm just like, okay, it's a lot of people.
I agree. Pass them out like candy, baby.
Yeah.
One like Oprah, you get a card.
Yeah.
You get a card. We're all getting cards.
Yeah, you're so you're in B&I with Jacob. And then I was in B&I. And I held the roofing seat, and there was a gentleman in there that held the health insurance seat. And after about a year of being in there, he and I were talking one day, and he was just like, I love your company. He was like, I want to come work for you. I was just like, okay. I'm like, he's like, can you teach me about roofing? I was like, absolutely. So the one thing I can't teach you is what you already have. Which, he's just a good person. He's a people person. So he took over my seat in that chapter. and he's doing amazing. Again, it's the power of being
I want to take our relationship to the next level. Let's become social media friends. Follow me at Coach Clark Leadership, and let's keep the conversation going in between episodes. Now let's get back to the connection. Yeah, I've definitely become quite the believer and fan of B&I, just the people that you get to meet and how you come across and interact with people. And some of the fun stuff to see too with it is that you'll see the person that comes in and they're like, hi, my name is Aaron, and we do coaching. Thank you. And then sit down and like, oh, I mean, they drank 3 cups of water after that because their mouth was so dry, and like they don't know what happened the rest of the time. To the next 2 weeks later, they're like, all right. And so let me tell you guys everything there is to know about leadership and development. It's like, all right, dude, you only got 30 seconds. Sit down.
Yeah. It's fun though. I mean, I don't get to go to as many meetings as I used to anymore, but it's fun when I get to go. I'll probably be taking Jacob's spot tomorrow. He's got an installation he's got to stay at.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it's great. I mean, the other thing I love too is you're around other people that want the same thing you want. That they want to grow their business, they want to grow themselves, and they want to help you do it in the process. It's such a cool concept that everybody should be involved in.
Most people gotta be selective.
Well, if you have that same mindset, if you're not like, hey, I want to help people grow, I mean, their big first thing is givers gains. Like that's one of their core value, givers gain. So you got to give. If I don't give people to you, you're never going to give people to me. And so it's up to me to go do that first.
Mm-hmm.
And not everybody should be a part of that because there are a lot of non-givers in this world.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, even in the roofing industry, like I'll tell people, hey, take my quote. If you want to get other quotes, here's people I trust. Here's people I would let put my roof on if I wasn't in this industry. Call them. It's all about giving back and giving to other people.
Yeah. And that feeds into that mentality too, that not everything is all about me, because I've done that too. Like I've got a couple other coaches that I do work with, and there's several, or there's one in the New Orleans area that I'll constantly like, yeah, I don't feel like going down there. And so I refer them to her, but she does the same thing. And I've even got people in Baton Rouge that like, if you're looking for more of like, let's dive into the weeds of your business, like how do we develop the books and your processes and procedures, I got a guy that does that. I want to work on your mindset. I want to get you, the leader, right.
Now, I got the same thing in New Orleans. There's another gentleman started his business and named it for his stepson with autism. So anything that I feel like dealing with in New Orleans, I'm like, all right, let's call this guy. I trust him. So,
and you've got to develop that because you can't be everything to everybody. You just can't. And having people that you can refer them out to and trust, that's the key. Is you got it, like you said, I trust him.
Yeah. One of them was Jacob's aunt. She just had some little repairs that needed to get done. And, for me to send my guys out there for some little repairs, I was going to have to charge her an arm and a leg just to make any money. So I was just like, no, Jacob, send them to this person. Let them take care of her.
Yeah, and that's very honorable too. But I think that's what you got to do as a business owner. Like, if you give that, somebody's going to give something back to you. It doesn't just stay void. And so now, how would you say, how did your coaching experience shape you to be the owner that you are today?
Again, I think it's communication. You learn how to talk to so many different personalities that you gain, talking to one person, I've got to approach it this way, where this person, I have to approach it this way. This person, I have to approach it this way. you learn so many different ways to communicate to different people. Like one kid, I could yell and scream and get in his face, and he was pumped up about it. Like that's how he wants to be coached. And you do it to the other kid, and that kid's just going to just melt into himself, you know? So you got to learn to take that kid, bring him to the side, talk to him about what's going on, and talk, all those type things.
Yeah. Oof. It wasn't like that while we were playing ball, though.
No, we all got spanked in my face.
Yeah. I mean, most of my coaches were equal opportunity yellers.
Yeah.
They definitely did not discriminate based on age, sex, race, religion, creed, nationality. No, yeah, I can't think of anything else to add in there, but they didn't discriminate on anybody. You messed up, they yelled.
You needed to fill up a water bottle, he yelled. I mean, everything was yelling.
Yes. Oh, man. And so, with all that, knowing what you know now, like, what would you tell somebody starting out? Like, if I was going to start a business, what would you tell me if I was just starting out?
Just be prepared. It's going to be a lot of hours. It's going to be time consuming. You just have to be patient. If you're good at what you do, it's going to come. People are going to come and say, "Oh, Steal the Dreams movement. If you build it, he will come. They will come." And if you're doing the right thing, you're doing right by people, just be patient. It's going to come. It's going to happen.
Yeah, and I like that. The be prepared. There's going to be so much long hours. I mean, you feel like you're drowning.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes we drown from a fire hose, and I relish in that opportunity because there's so many people that would love to be drinking from a fire hose, and they're not. Yeah, they got a little dribble coming out the water hose outside. So I'm grateful.
If they even have a water hose.
I'm grateful to be drinking from a fire hose.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that. Trying to nail Jello to a wall.
Yeah. It won't happen.
They got to be determined to be in this industry, in this line as an entrepreneur. I'm not going to say this my industry or your industry, but just an entrepreneur in general.
Yeah, we were playing a little card game last night, and our oldest, our 8-year-old, you just read these little things, and her card said, what is one thing a person should try in their lifetime? And I said, you should at least try to be an entrepreneur at least once. At least try to work for yourself, be your own boss, at least once. It's so gratifying and can drive you nuts at the same time.
Yeah. Mine would have been, I think everybody should be a teacher at least once. They should be forced to 1 year, like right out of college. I don't care what you're going into, be in education. Pick your level, be in education.
And it's a special breed to be a teacher. They're special people.
I mean, if you think about it, though, a teacher is almost like an entrepreneur. You're running your own class. That nobody's coming to save you. That if you don't make it happen, it just doesn't work.
No, we actually so last week we paid for. It was this one school's Teacher Appreciation Week, and we sponsored one of the days for them. Next week we have another one that we're doing, just to, I know what it was like to be a teacher, and they need to be appreciated, and we want to give that to them.
Oh yeah. But I think that would cause a lot of change in the education system if people had to go do even just 6 months, be a substitute teacher for half a semester or for half a year, that just to see what it's like in there.
It's a night house. It's all those different personalities that you got to deal with.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And so Matt, one thing that as we're kind of starting to wind down, like one thing that I believe is that I believe that all leaders are readers. Not all readers are leaders, but all leaders are learners. You're constantly learning and working on your craft to make yourself better. And so what's one book that you would recommend that all leaders read?
It's been a long time since I've read this book, but I remember reading it. I was just enamored with everything that he said. Tommy Dungy's Quiet Strength is an amazing book. Like I went through it, and like every time as I was reading it, I was typing notes, and eventually I got to the point where I was basically just rewriting his book. I loved everything he said.
And that's a good one, because man, he wasn't saying like, oh, if you're silent, you can't have, like, you can't be the leader, but he was talking about, your action, actions carry more than your words, and leading your team that way. Oh, that one is a good one. I hadn't read that one in a long time either.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Because he was quite the contrary to at his time, the head coaches that you would see.
He was not the yelling his friend.
Yes, he was the opposite of your Parcells and your Bill Cowers and man, your Nick Sabans.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Oh man. Now, what about maybe something that you're reading right now, or had finished reading or learning as you're going?
So again, it's about putting it back into our company and our people. We recently invested in a program. It's called School of Entrepreneurship, and that's one thing. It's not cheap. Don't do it. Don't go through. But another one.
I was going to ask about using yours. I want to go in with you. I'll be your employee.
And another one, it's called Master Your Craft, which again, it's a lot of podcasts and how to help you learn to deal with obstacles in this industry, especially on the insurance side.
Yeah, because that's been changing for your world a lot and fast.
Yeah, it's changed a lot, and this program kind of gives you, when you hit that one door, how do you get that door open? What's that next step? And really, we're also in the process of getting some local financing, because insurance is what it is, but a lot of people are going to have to start paying for these roofs out of their pocket. And if you don't have a way to help them get that paid for, you're going to fall behind.
Yeah. No, and that had reminded me too, because one, I wanted to ask, because I usually hey, what's one thing I didn't ask that I should have? And I just thought of it when you were talking about it with the insurance. So we're in hurricane season. It just started in June. What are some tips that you could give people to make sure that they are protected for stuff like this?
One thing is I would preferably call Tri21, but have your roof inspected prior to storms hitting. We leave a roof. We create a photo report for every person, so that way they can see what's going on in their roof, even if it's a perfect roof. We'll come down and be like, hey, here's the pictures. Your roof looks good. But now they have that. So after a storm were to hit, they can look at it and look at the pictures and say, okay, well, my roof was perfectly fine in this area, but now I see the shingles are lifted, So you have proof to go to the insurance and be like, hey, my roof was fine 2 months ago. Now I have all this.
Wow. So that's something that roofing companies are doing now. They're not not roofing companies, insurance companies. Sorry, I didn't mean to say roofing company. Insurance companies are like, hey, there's no proof that you had a good roof before the storm.
Oh yeah, some insurance companies we're seeing this a lot on the sale of a new home, or not a new home, but a home. If a roof is 8+ years old it's going to be hard for the buyer to get insurance. I have a good friend of mine. He'll send me to some roofs. And I'm just like, man, this roof is good. Like, what do you want me to do with it? And he was just like, well, it's this many years old. We can't cover them anymore. And I'm like, but the roof is fine. And he's like, it's out of my hands. It's
Dang.
yeah. And it's just going to keep getting worse.
Okay, so that is that having several realtor friends, like that's one I've heard them say that they recommend to everybody. It's like, hey, if you're trying to sell your home, go ahead and get a new roof. Is that why they're saying this?
Yeah.
That'll help whoever they're selling it to?
Yeah. Yeah. I just picked up a check this morning from a gentleman. Now what we do to try to offset that, roofs aren't cheap, you know. It's no longer the days of, oh, I've paid $4,000 for my roof. Well, that's gonna cover maybe the nails and starter, maybe. Like, it's expensive. So what we try to do with the realtors is try to help them out and say, hey, look, let's create something that says, hey, buyers, you're gonna get a new roof. Seller has already agreed to it. This is the price. This is gonna get done. But we're not gonna do it until all T's have been crossed, I's have been dotted. You have a closing date. Like, you're closing, you're buying this house. And then we'll put it on, and then the seller will actually pay for that roof with the proceeds that they get from selling the home. So the title company just holds our check. Once the house closes, we just swing by the title company and pick up the check.
I like that. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah, get creative.
Yeah. So definitely, guys, make sure if you haven't done it, like we're in the midst of hurricane season, go get your roof checked out. That way, whenever the storms we live in South Louisiana. Last year was the first year we didn't have a hurricane come this way. And who knows how long?
It's actually been, so we started our company and we haven't been able to go through a hurricane season since we started. To work a hurricane since we started. It's been probably about since Hurricane Ida, since we've had a real hurricane hit southern Louisiana.
I say, you're supposed to make me look good on my own show, Matt. Dang, man.
Hey, you just got to put the facts out
there. No, and I'm okay with Ida. I'm actually, wow, I didn't realize, because that means Ida was like 21, 22. So we're in 2026. So even more of a reason that we know, living in South Louisiana, that it's bound to happen. A tropical storm. Go get your roof inspected. Call Matt Tri21. They make that happen. I'm
gonna tell you this. My wife's name is in the directory this year for hurricanes. So I'm anticipating that one's gonna be a big one. That's gonna be a bad one.
I was gonna say, would she approve of you saying what her name is? That way I can know when I need to be prepared for it.
Yeah, be prepared.
For nobody else.
Be prepared for Hurricane Leah to come through.
Hurricane
Leah.
Oh, all right. So please, Lord, don't let us get to the L's.
Or if we do, let the L's go to the Atlantic coast.
Yeah, let somebody in somewhere else. Like let it just come in and just go back out into the Atlantic. Don't let that one get lost in the Bermuda Triangle somewhere.
Yeah,
and just disappear. Oh, so Matt, if anybody wants to reach out and get in touch with you, how do they reach out and get in touch with you?
You can go to our website, www.tri21roofing.com. There's a submission form there. You just put your information in, let us know what's going on. We'll get you added to our system and get in touch with you. You can visit our Facebook page, send us a message. You can send us an email, Matt, M-A-T-T, at Tri21roofing.com. You can give us a call, 225-362-1400.
And guys, I'm going to make sure I have all of that down in the description below. That way, if you're driving or whatever, you don't have to stop and try to write while you're driving. We do not endorse writing and driving at the same time, or trying to text and drive. Hey, just wait till you get stopped, go look in the description, and then you got it.
Yeah, just don't look in my truck while I'm driving, please. Just
Yes.
I'm on the phone constantly. Don't tell my insurance agent that even.
Tell them what?
Yeah, exactly. I'm about to go see him actually when I leave it, when I get off of this. He's going to go sign some paperwork.
Awesome. Well, Matt, I appreciate you hopping on and sharing. We'll definitely have to get you back on and do another one sometime soon.
Absolutely. I appreciate you, brother.
Man, what a conversation. If there's one thing you should take away from this episode, it's this. Your business can be more than just a way to make money. It can be a vehicle to make an impact. Matt didn't just build a roofing company. He built something that serves people, supports a community, and stands for something bigger than himself. And that's the kind of leadership we need more of. Also, don't ignore the practical side of what he shared. Whether it's building referral relationships, like getting involved in your community, or simply just being prepared for a storm that hits. Those are all the separate things that people who react from people who lead. If you get value from today's episode, here's what I want you to do. Make sure that you subscribe to the podcast, share this episode with someone, and leave a review. It helps us reach much more people and to grow this community. And if you want to take your leadership to the next level, connect with me on social media at coach_A_Clark, or check out how we can work together. And remember, you don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great. So keep leading, keep learning, keep connecting, and I'll see you on the next episode of the Clark Connection Podcast. Thanks for listening to the Clark Connection Podcast. If today's episode added value to you, do me a favor, follow the show and share it with someone who needs it. You can connect with me at my website, coachaclark.com, or on social media at Coach A. Clark. All the links are in the description. Until next time, keep leading, keep growing, and keep connecting.